looking at our situation, it's completely different. We have migrants, we have daily wage labor, and for some reason we looked west. Uh, Interesting question to me is, why didn't we look internally for our own solution instead of looking to the west or even to the east? Why didn't we say, okay, we're actually a confident country, let's look at ourselves and let's come out with an Indian solution, which is, sort of what you do with your motorcycles. So why was that not the natural impulse?
Hmm. So if you were to kind of have the luxury of going back to middle of March,
Yeah.
जब प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पहले वो जनता कर्फ्यू अनाउंस किया, फिर उन्होंने the first lockdown अनाउंस किया.
Yeah.
If you could go back then, to your mind, how would you have crafted a different roadmap for the last 3 months?
Look, hindsight is 2020. Okay, so it's much easier for me to now tell you how I would have crafted it. But what our discussion internally in the Congress party was at the time, that the response has to be decentralized. The central government has to operate as a support system and as an enabler. There are certain things that the central government needs to do, air traffic, railways, etc., and that it does. But then it moves the battle to the district, moves the battle to the chief ministers, and allows them and enables them to fight. Now, if you look at what has happened after the lockdown, which, by the way, I've been calling a failed lockdown, because it's the only lockdown in the world where the disease is actually increasing after we're opening up.
Sure.
What you're finding is you're going back to that anyway. The central government has backed off and has now said, okay, we are going to be forced to leave it to the states. So the correct response is actually happening organically. Because that's
but now it is happening. But
no, it's too late.
To our perception as a common citizen, it is now happening as a passing of the buck, not as a passing of strategy.
Well, that's fine. That might be the case, but the result is that India has had a 2-month pause button, and then India is now going back and reacting the way it should have reacted on day one, and now the country has taken over. Right? And then you can see different strategies coming out. You can see a strategy in Punjab, you can see a strategy in Chhattisgarh, you can see a strategy in Maharashtra. Some will do better than the others, but you've got a more bespoke response where your costs will suddenly drop. The ability to deal with the situation will improve. That's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is, and I think this is absolutely fundamental. I saw what the Germans have done, and what some of the Americans have done, what the Koreans are doing, what the Japanese have done. Massive injection of money to save the economy. And it doesn't matter. Look, I'm speaking to a big business guy. It doesn't matter. You don't view it like big business, small business, laborer, not laborer. You view it as our biggest resource is our economy. We have to, at all cost, protect our economy. Whoever has to be supported right now should be supported, period, the end. So that would be the second component of a strategy. Some people argue, support the small and medium businesses. Absolutely, 100%. But there's a link between small and medium businesses and Mr. Bajaj. Small and medium businesses cannot operate without the big businesses. So you have to see it as a holistic structure. See, the central thing, in my view, and this is something that in my little experience I've learned, is in India, if you want to do something, be compassionate. Be compassionate, listen. And the country will automatically tell you what it is desiring. So there are people right now screaming in pain, and the most obvious are the manual laborers, the daily wages, and maybe the farmers, and then the small and medium business. But big business is also screaming in pain, because even they can't see a future. So huge component of it is building confidence. The leadership to build confidence, to say, okay, listen, we are here. The country has had a terrible time. There's a virus that has hurt everybody. Now we are going to support everybody and carry everybody out help carry everybody out together from this situation. So there's an empathy that has to be built into it, where the Indian citizen, whether he is big business, medium business, laborer, farmer, says, हाँ भाई हो जाएगा, निकल जाएंगे, नैया पार हो जाएगी. That feeling has to come, and that's my main issue, is that when you have a top-down situation, that empathy is not there, and then you basically break the will of people to fight. So that would be my long answer to you. I don't know what you think about that.
No, I mean, I agree with most parts of what you're saying. To put some color onto that, I was speaking with the Pune Police Commissioner, Dr. Venkatesham, who's a very fine man. And I said to him, Dr. Saab, my dissonance is that for the 50 years I've lived in Pune, and I'm particularly sensitive to the fact that India is the capital of the world when it comes to fatalities from road accidents. Whatever be the causes, but that's the net result. बट मैंने आज तक ऐसा कभी नहीं देखा कि जब लोग 30-40-50% लोग बिना हेलमेट के राइडिंग करते हैं तो फिर पुलिस वाले क्या करते हैं. 99.9% ऑफ द टाइम कुछ नहीं करते हैं. ऑन द अदर हैंड, किसी ने अगर मास्क नहीं पहना या somebody steps out for a morning or evening walk, you are caning them, you are making them do exercises in the middle of the road to humiliate them. आपने उनके हाथ में बोर्ड लगा दिया है कि मैं देशद्रोही हूं, मैं गधा हूं, etc. I mean, where is proportion in the way we are treating our own people? You talked of compassion. I'm giving you the examples that I've seen with my own eyes over here. I've seen senior citizens being caned for simply stepping out to get some fresh air. We hear stories of people from Japan to the US getting $1,000 a person, not as a stimulus, as support. So we are not even talking stimulus here. We are just talking support, whether it is for big business, small business, and for individuals. I am not aware of how authentic these numbers are, but I am told in many places in the world, 2/3 of the what the government has handed out has gone to organizations and to people as direct benefits, whereas in India it's been only 10%. I mean, you would be better placed to comment on why this is so. Why have we not chosen to put more directly in the hands of people?